Alright, welcome back. It's been quite some time since I've sat here in studio at the Millvale Studios. And I had a good break. I went away. I actually had time to myself. It was fan-fucking-tastic. I loved it. It's good to be back, though. Kind of. I enjoyed having nothing to do. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to do. No work at all. Both jobs. I was free. Complete and total freedom. Freedom. Right before Independence Day, I felt what true independence was. And I love Independence Day. It's good stuff. But leading up to Independence Day, my rights, my freedom was in jeopardy. Yes, that's right. I, Brian Crawford, the master of the Millvale Shore, Pittsburgh's moral compass, was derailed. Derailed, my liberty taken, put into shackles, unable to move. Actually, twice. It happened 2 times. 2 times during my break. I'm supposed to be enjoying myself. I'm supposed to be enjoying a life of freedom, a life that isn't here. Not having to talk to you. I didn't have to talk to you for about a week and a half, I guess. What did I miss? 4 shows. So I didn't have to talk to you. I didn't go to my other job either. I had off, but I was shackled. Shackled by my arch nemesis, my sworn enemy. I was in Lawrenceville. One day I went to the acoustic brunch. That's all I did on my break. I just went on shows. And I went to the acoustic brunch, and while I was there, I go to leave, and I couldn't get in my car. I couldn't even approach my car, let alone drive away. Why, do you ask? Because an entire herd, a herd like beasts, pedaling through Lawrenceville, a herd of cyclists, not just cyclists, but naked cyclists, flaunting their unruliness. They're all driving past my car in a swarm of naked cyclists. I couldn't get in. I couldn't get anywhere near my car. I'm going insane. I'm pulling my hair out because I just wanted to go home, but I'm stuck. Stuck in Lawrenceville. No, that was in the evening, but I'm stuck in Lawrenceville because of a swarm of naked cyclists. And you know, in this city, if you wanted to walk down the street in the nude, you would be put in jail. Indecent exposure, right? But if you're a cyclist, the laws don't apply to you. No, they do not. The laws never, ever, 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 ever apply to the cyclists. Why is that? Why are they above the law? What makes them so great? Not only did they forbid me from entering my own vehicle to drive on a road which is designed for cars, they also shut down a major road going through Lawrenceville. They shut down Butler Street for cars and pedestrians to walk by. I wanted to go out and enjoy Lawrenceville. It was a Sunday morning. And I couldn't. I barely found a parking spot, but I had to fight tooth and nail to get somewhere to park. And they call it open streets, yet they're closing the streets to the people that the streets were designed for, which is cars. Streets were designed for horse and buggy, and then we progressed to cars. Streets are for cars. There's a tweet that went out from Bike Pittsburgh, and it had a picture of a kid riding his bike in the bike lane. The bike lane that they took away, they turned a 2-way road into a single lane, mind you, a major road downtown, and now it's chaos, and you've got box trucks backing in across where bikers will not stop, so it's already chaos. But there's this kid, a kid who will probably end up getting, well, hopefully not, but, it's a possibility. If he's running down that bike lane, he could get run over by a box truck because there's no visibility, and bicyclists, they don't stop. So heaven forbid, hopefully that doesn't happen. But The chances are real. So he's going down this bike lane, and they have this picture. It says, "We're crying with happiness because bikes are roads are for people." No, roads are not for people. Sidewalks are for people. Roads are for cars. I am Pittsburgh's moral compass, Brian Crawford here in the glorious Millvale studios. Lots of big changes going on here. We've got Ton Pottery, who has moved from Lawrenceville. Actually, I drove past them when I went to try to find a parking spot, their old location. They're moving here to Millvale Studios, and it's going to be glorious. So lots of big things going on here. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about on our show today. We have Amanda Narcisi of BoldPittsburgh.com. She had her show earlier this morning, Bold Nights Out at 7 a.m. She's going to tell you what's new in Pittsburgh, what to do, where to eat, what to drink, all of your post 4th of July information with her. She's going to tell us, she's going to come on this program and tell us what to do this weekend. We have Paul, we're going to play a song in a few minutes from Paul Kostick, a new song that he released. He's playing here on the River's Edge Radio Network called Magic. So we have that. And we have new information. This is exciting. We have new information about, well, we have a government insider. He's going to blow the roof off of this email scandal, this email gate, Hillary Clinton bullshit. He's going to reveal the truth to us. So what did you do this 4th of July? Tweet me at RiverTalkPGH. My family had a party, but it was out in Westmoreland County, and I had to go back to work at my day job. And I work overnight, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with the traffic. So, the nerd I am, I just did what I do every Monday, and I went to the Acoustic Cafe. It was a good time. They had Nameless in August was hosting the event. Good stuff. And they had a cookout outside, and if you've never been to the Acoustic Cafe, you need to go. I go every Monday, and it's a lot of fun. And actually, this weekend, one of the Mondays on my time off, again, all I did this week was go to shows. I went to the Acoustic Cafe, I went to Ham Bones open mic, I went to their acoustic brunch, I went to comedy open mic at Nico's Recovery Room. I just went on shows. I just went to shows. That's all I did. And it really was a great break. I wanted to go away to Florida. I decided to stay here, check out the local music scene, check out the local comedy scene. I do that all the time, but this time I didn't have to leave to go to work. I didn't have to worry about not drinking because I had to go to work. I was able to just be myself, enjoy the event, and have lots of fun. And one night, we're there at Mr. Small's Theater for up in the Funhouse for the Acoustic Cafe. And I'm there, and I'm having a good time. And I met Jesse, who runs the event. And I'm talking about the event. I said, I love the event. It's great stuff. We're talking. I go into the back room. I see Jeremy K. Wood back there. He works sound. I see a bunch of other people. And I go back there and I'm talking. I'm playing pool. I'm having a good time. And then all of a sudden, I find myself sharing a drink with Liz Berlin of Rusted Root. So that was awesome. That's a cool time. I enjoyed that. What else went on this week? Oh, the Kenny Chesney concert. Yeah, more shit with that. Crazy. More trash, more violence. And everyone talked about the trash at the Penguin party, but they took away all of the all the garbage cans. There was nowhere for people to throw the trash away. So, I mean, you can't really complain about people not throwing away their trash when you get rid of all the trash cans. But you can complain about people starting fights, getting violent, getting angry. And I feel like if the hockey crowd can avoid that, then so should a bunch of bumpkin country hicks. They should be able to avoid it. It shouldn't be a problem. You shouldn't worry about going to a concert downtown or on the north side, for that matter, and seeing a fight before your eyes. That's crazy. Look at my eyes. I'm like really tired. You could tell I'm not back into the swing of things. I'm not back into usually when you work overnight, which I do, you start to get into the swing of working overnight, and I haven't adjusted yet. I had to adjust to daylight again for my break, my vacation, and now I'm adjusting back to overnight, and now I'm adjusting yet again to staying up to noon so I can grace you with my magical voice. Speaking of magic, here's magic from Paul Caustic right here on the River's Edge.
Would you be interested in developing conscious choice? Would you be interested in creating reactions rather than waiting for one to come? Would you be interested in combining serendipity and synchronicity? Would you be interested in making 1 + 1 = 3? Would you be interested in finding out about full impact mindfulness? If so, I challenge you to join myself, Jim Ellermeyer, a cognitive behavioral health therapist, every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on the River's Edge, where we will challenge you to allow us to help you help yourself to fully participate in your life. Let the adventure begin.
Hi, I'm Tom, and I know money.
And I'm Matt, and I know funny.
Catch us Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. Real financial information
For the regular guy.
right here at riversedgepgh.com.
Your voice for local music.
All right, welcome back. And with me over the phone, I have Amanda Narcisi of Bold Pittsburgh. Amanda, how are you today?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. How are
It's a
you?
nice Wednesday. It's a nice Wednesday. It's all nice and warm.
I know. I love it.
Out.
Today is
Hot.
my second day off for the week, and it's beautiful out, so I'm thrilled.
That's amazing. It's my
Yes.
day off too. So
Oh,
it'll be a
good.
nice
It's a
day.
good day. So, yeah, you were saying I was catching the beginning of your show, and then I had to come in and record this or get ready for this show, so I'm going to listen to the rest of it later. But you were mentioning that there's a lot going on this weekend.
I'm sorry?
You said there was a lot going on this weekend, correct?
Oh, yeah. There is a ton going on. Honestly, I could talk for like 8 hours if the time allotted on everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just overwhelming. And we got into stuff that's coming up next month, like the regatta and things like that too. So,
Nice.
but this weekend's definitely busy. There is the usual in bed by 10. This is the weekend that they do their dance party at Spirit
Mm-hmm.
as a benefit. This time it's going for Tickets for Kids charity. Is the benefit that the charity that they're benefiting this year or this
Okay.
month. Excuse me. Also, this weekend is South Side Works Exposed. So this is a great event that goes on every year. It's music, food, and art.
Okay.
I Made It Market will be there. They shut down the street. And all the vendors from I Made It Market will be there. The music alone, one of my favorite performers is there, Lindsay Smith and Soul Distribution,
Mm-hmm.
who are amazing. They're performing on Saturday. And the drag performers, it's a really great fun weekend event, and it goes from Friday until Sunday.
Very cool.
I definitely recommend heading to Southside to see that. The Cultural Trust is throwing their big Cosmopolitan Pittsburgh party
Mm-hmm.
this weekend also, so you can get tickets for that online.
Okay.
And that's a big event. That's a huge. But the biggest one that we felt was, and the one that we said if we hands down to pick one event this weekend to go to, is the Pittsburgh Bicentennial Birthday Bash.
Uh-huh.
Is this weekend at the
Okay.
Heinz History Center.
And what are they doing for
So-
that? Because that's a huge event for the city. I know they've been doing, if I am thinking correctly, they've had different events to kind of celebrate the bicentennial, correct?
Right. So this one is an actual like party. Honorary Chair Bill Peduto, of course, and Andrew Mustache is the president and CEO of the History Center.
Okay.
Is going to host, and it's live music from the Movemaker Band, Etta Cox Jazz Trio, Billy Price, and Joe Grishecki. in the House Rockers. So
Okay, nice.
so they got of course a lot of the Pittsburghies bands
Yes.
there. Delicious food by Commonplea Catering. Cash Bar's one of a kind birthday cake,
Mm-hmm.
and that features a skyline. It features a skyline of Pittsburgh and rivers, so that should be a sight to see just itself as the cake.
Nice.
And yeah, the tickets are $40, so they're super affordable, and you can also get into the actual museum for that.
Oh, well, that's like a steal because that's at least I think the museum. I'm not giving the right price because I don't know it offhand, but I've been there. I think it's only like $10 or $15 to get in, so that's like a third of your price is admission to the museum. So that's really a pretty good deal if you consider that.
And apparently, there's also a new exhibit going on too. So, they're going to be unveiling the new Pittsburgh, a tradition of innovation exhibit. So
Okay.
that's actually part of it too. Is that they said it was going to be part of past Pittsburgh with the bicentennial, but new Pittsburgh with this new exhibit. So
My
that's like an amazing event.
my favorite part about the Heinz History Center, and this isn't the thing that they push, but in my opinion, it's the most exciting part. Is once you get through the museum, there's this one floor that has just all of the random crap that they don't know what to do with, and they put it on display, and it's just literally a collage of different Pittsburgh things. And they actually have pieces of the set from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in there and everything else on display, and they just added on to that section actually. But that's really cool to see if you've never checked that out. It's just so many interesting pieces of history, and it's not in a necessarily a collection, but it's just really really fascinating.
I was saying on the podcast on the show this morning too that as Pittsburgh as a Pittsburgher, I have never been to the Heinz History Center.
Really, you got to go.
So but I've been to the Warhol like 7 times. I've been to the Carnegie my whole entire life. So it's been shocking that that is one museum I've just never ever been to. One last tidbit about that birthday bash that there's a mystery around it. There's a little bit of sleuthing going on, but there are hints online that the cup is going to make an appearance.
Really?
Yeah, so the keeper of the cup is on Twitter talking about heading back to Pittsburgh for some events this weekend.
Nice.
And it's hinting around that this is going to be the event that you could see the cup at.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah, I would have to go see that because I'd love to see the cup, but I'm not one for lines. You know how it is. You're a busy, important person. You're the editor of the premier online blog here in Pittsburgh, and busy people like us just can't bring ourselves to stand in lines. So this would be a place.
No, not at all. I'm not a line person.
No, so this would be the place for someone like big shots like us to go see the cup. So.
That's why I use apps like to skip lines.
I just give them my name and they just move me to the front of the line. I don't wait with the common folks. So, but
yeah, I always use an app to like, I need to go to dinner there. There's either a reservation to get in or else I'm not going.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, Amanda, thank you so much. I look forward to reading the blog. You can check her out at boldpittsburgh.com. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next song I'm going to play is a song that it came out from the Lo-Fi Delphi CD release party, and it was a song that they did not expect to take off. And I was talking to Andrew of Lo-Fi Delphi, and he was saying that this was not the song that they picked to be the dynamite song, the song that everyone's talking about. But people can't stop talking about this song, and I can't stop playing it in my car. I've got their CD still in my car. And I do this every once in a while. There's a band. I mean, I love all the bands on our network. Just so much great music here. But every once in a while, there's a song that just reaches out to me. And this is one of those songs. It's called Goodbye. It's by Lo-Fi Delphi here on the River's Edge Radio Network. Welcome back to the River's Edge Radio Network. I am Brian Crawford. You just heard Amanda Narcisi of BoldPittsburgh.com, Pittsburgh's premier online blog. You can check them out for all sorts of great information on local things and just different recipes and all sorts of awesome things. And it's really just a great read, so check them out at boldpittsburgh.com. The budget battle looms, and we wanted to touch on this, give you a little bit of a budget update. They have not passed the budget yet. They did agree on a spending plan on how much they are going to spend. The Republicans and Democrats have not agreed on how much they need to fill the gap. It's a $31.5 billion budget. The GOP has a plan to raise $918 million through tobacco taxes and expansions on legalized gambling, among some other areas as well. They plan to increase. The Democrats think that they need more money to fix the problem. I want to say this about the budget, and I am glad that they are working together. I think that's fantastic. They've worked together to a point, I should say. They're obviously at a little bit of a crossroad right now, but they're progressing some. They at least have agreed on some things. One thing I will say, and I'm not... Obviously, Governor Wolf and I have had our differences. He's pushing for opioid reform, treatment to help people with opioid addictions. And it's such a huge, colossal problem in this area. I grew up in Westmoreland County. That's the place where big shot people like me go to escape the city taxes. It's kind of like an elitist area where I lived right along the books, describing to you how great I am. Anyways, they've come together to a point where they have a spending plan down. Opioid addiction, that's where I was going. It's ravaging Westmoreland County, and it's ravaging other areas as well, Washington County. It's hit Allegheny County, but I mean it's really hit hard in Westmoreland County and Washington County. And something needs to be done, and I have to congratulate the governor on beginning to take the steps needed to help fight this addiction and help find a cure. There's a bigger issue, there's not a bigger issue really as far as disasters go than the opioid addiction problem, but there's an issue on a grander governmental scale, and that's the Zika virus. And I just wanted to point out that it is being held up, giving the necessary funding needed to fight off Zika, especially in Puerto Rico, due to Republicans in the U.S. Congress trying to attach Planned Parenthood funding to the Zika relief bill. The Democrats are very pro-Planned Parenthood, and I don't really think it matters what your opinion on Planned Parenthood is. I think it's a separate issue, and I think it's more important that the people get the relief that they need from Zika. So just remember that when it's time to vote. But back to the budget. I'm glad to see that they are starting to come together some. They need to get a spending plan together. I'm glad to see that the governor has eased up on his super high tax plan, where he wanted to just tax the bejeezers out of you. So that's a good thing. So I think we're moving in the right direction. I'm pleased with I'm kind of pleased with the direction we're going. I mean, I'm not thrilled. Obviously, we don't have a budget yet, but we are moving in the right direction. So good for them. I will continue to update you on what's going on with the budget and give you my commentary as things move forward. But in 25 seconds, we have your weird news here on the River's Edge.
Hi, I'm Mike Storer, host of the Awesome Cast, which you can hear right here on River's Edge Radio. We're talking tech, getting geeky every week with people from Pittsburgh in the industry. Go check us out, awesomecast.net, or listen to us right here on River's Edge Radio, Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. after Funny Money.
So, many of you know somebody who maybe isn't the most faithful person in their marriage. One man has taken it to a new level. This guy, he says, why can't I have two cakes? You know the expression, why can't I have your cake and eat it too? Well, this man wants to have two cakes. And basically posted on Facebook that, posted a picture of his wife and his mistress, and he basically said that the two of them need to get along. Let's pull up the actual post. It says, these two better learn to get along. I work extremely hard, and I think I deserve to have everything my little heart desires. Why have a cake and can't eat it? And he says, and can't eat it because it's Facebook. People can't speak grammatically correct or type correctly. He says, I want multiple cakes, and then he has hashtag wife, hashtag cheek, hashtag both best of both worlds, and then he has that stupid, obnoxious 100 sign. I hate that 100 thing, and apparently it means keeping it 100% real. 100% real. His name's Lonnie Turner, and yeah, I wonder how that's going to go. His wife needs to dump him. He's got a mistress and he's flaunting it! He's flaunting it at you. You need to dump this asshole. I don't know, he's weird. Very, very weird. That's your weird news for today. Up next, I'm producerless today, so I'm kind of running both ends of the spectrum here. We're going to talk a little bit about Hillary Clinton. We're going to talk about the email scandal. And then I actually have an interview. I recorded it a little bit earlier today due to the guy wanting to keep his identity secret. But we do have an interview with a gentleman who claims to be somebody who is in the know with the Hillary Clinton email scandal. So we're going to bring that up next here on The River's Edge.
Hey, this is Matt Geica, the host of your alternative sports talk program on the River's Edge. It's called Geick's Got Game, and it's every Friday at 7 a.m. I'll give you a peek behind the sports media curtain, zoom out for the big picture, and always obsess over the details of the games, teams, and players we love or love to hate. That's Geick's Got Game, every Friday at 7 on the River's Edge.
All right, welcome back. We are going to talk a little bit about the Hillary Clinton scandal situation, and in just a few minutes, I'm going to play an interview I had with a top government person. He wouldn't say what he does. He goes by the name Shallow Throat. Shallow Throat's going to give us some information about the Hillary Clinton email scandal, which is getting to a new level of ridiculousness. Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General who has been appointed by Bill Clinton, she met with Bill Clinton just days before they said that they are not going to indict Hillary. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was suspicious. I honestly do not know if the email situation is illegal. I think it's definitely something to consider when voting for someone for president if they are not competent enough to handle an email account, or if they would do something that would get them fired from a job. If I worked for a place dealing with any level of confidentiality and I used a private server, I would be fired and I would certainly not be up for a possible promotion. But Hillary is up for a promotion. I guess the only way to fire her is if we, the American people, decide not to vote for her. What's your alternative? Donald Trump. I mean, you're kind of in a lose-lose situation. But people are now starting to, and I've seen some of this on social media, people who were even diehard Hillary supporters, they are starting to waver in their support. They are starting to waver in their support because of this email situation. And it is a big deal. People act like this is not a big deal, but it is. It really is a big deal. And it really just, there's a level of incompetence that goes along with this. Like I said, any other job, I worked for the State House of Representatives. I would have been fired if I if I sent out an email on a private server or my personal email or did something outside of the email provided me by the Republican caucus at the time. I worked for the Republican caucus. It's just how business is. And if you're not competent enough to manage an email account, maybe you're not competent enough to be the president of the United States. I don't know. In Bill Clinton going to Loretta Lynch to talk about their grandkids, as he says, it's fishy. It reeks. It smells of elitist favoritism. It's exactly what it smells like, and it smells like exactly everything that Donald Trump is accusing her of. So I think that Donald is spot on with a lot of his claims about Hillary being this establishment elitist who gets away with murder, almost, and he says, actually, that she has gotten away with murder, if you read between the lines in some of his comments. I don't go that far, I could not claim that, but she definitely gets away with a lot in her position. And you look at this with Bill Clinton talking to Loretta Lynch, I don't know, it just seems extremely fishy. I have an interview with a gentleman, his name, he goes by Shallow Throat. We're going to play that right now here on the River's Edge, so let's bring that in. I met with him a little bit earlier today. Shallow Throat here on the River's Edge. Hello, Shallow Throat. I have to ask you, is it true that Bill Clinton's meeting with Attorney General Loretta Lynch had absolutely nothing to do with grandchildren? Is that true? Is that the fact?
First off, Mr. Crawford, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to spread the light on this situation to your callers. It's very important to me that this information gets out, and I must say, Mr. Crawford, sir, that this had everything to do with grandchildren. Everything to do with grandchildren, sir.
Everything to do with grandchildren? I thought you said there was some sort of conspiracy, some sort of hidden meeting behind this. You came to us saying that you had some inside information, Shallow Throat, that this had nothing to do with grandchildren, or at least had something to do with Mrs. Clinton's lack of indictment, the indictment that did not come from the Attorney General's office. So please elaborate for us if you can.
Well, you see, Mr. Crawford, I heard from a Secret Service member who was working for Mrs. Clinton, protecting Mrs. Clinton. I heard from him that he overheard Mrs. Clinton talking with a staffer who once ran into Bill Clinton, who was informed by former President Bill Clinton that he once dropped his grandchild off at a daycare, the same daycare that Loretta Lynch's daughter's child uses. So you see, they're connected, and at that very daycare, one of the teachers, one of the daycare instructors, also is related to someone within the FBI, someone who may or may not have been working on building a case against Mrs. Clinton. So you can see this had everything to do with the grandkid.
That seems like somewhat of a stretch, sir, if you don't mind me saying. There's too many connections. You say this and I really don't fully grasp how you could know this. It just seems like a lot of steps in between you and the actual information. Is the information that you're giving us here now really that accurate? I really have to ask.
Mr. Crawford, sir, many top people have put their lives on the line to bring you this information. Sir, I would not make this up, Mr. Crawford. Sir, this is important. Your listeners need to hear this information. I'm telling you, this is coming from people who know people who know people are connected to Loretta Lynch. I could be fired for giving you this information, sir.
All right, sir, okay. For integrity purposes, being that there are so many different steps between you and the information that you are giving us, I have to know what your name is, and I need to know what your position is within the federal government in order for me to take this testimony seriously. So, sir, if you can give us that information, please, your name and your position within the federal government.
Are you trying to get me killed? I could be killed for giving you this information. I am putting my neck out on the line. Do you have no regard for my life, for my liberty? Do you want me to be thrown away, locked in a prison cell for giving you that information? Because that, sir, is what you were asking of me. And personally, this is not worth risking my life over.
How can I confirm anything that you are saying as fact? Any of it?
I tell you, all of the great people of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that I know top men in government. We're talking alien cover-ups. We're talking Bigfoot. We're talking mind control. Crazy motherfuckers. Trust me, I know my shit. I know these people. These people do not fuck around. I am telling you, this had everything to do with the grandchildren. This has absolutely everything to do with the grandchildren and the lack of an indictment. This had to do with Hillary getting off scotch-free. Crooked Hillary getting off scotch-free.
Wait, Hillary. Crooked Hillary. You just said Crooked Hillary? Are you working for the Donald Trump campaign?
Excuse me, Mr. Crawford. I need to go. Just make America great again.
All right, suspicious commentary or suspicious interview with Shallow Throat. I don't know how much stock I put into that. Very interesting revelation if it is true. So we'll keep following up on that story, and we will let you know what we find out. Obviously, he was using a throat modulator, and that was to protect his identity from possibly being discovered. So he refused to come on camera, refused to give his information out. So we did the best that we could for you. I hope it's helpful. We're gonna go into Jeremy Kaywood's Leaky Heart. That's the next song, and then we're gonna close up the show. Next, you're listening to RiversEdgePGH.com, powered by NJL WebTech. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Funny Money and an awesome cast following that here at RiversEdgePGH.com. That is Jeremy Kaywood, Leak in Your Heart. I'm Brian Crawford. You're listening to the Rivers Edge Radio Network. And now I'm at a crossroad. Tonight is my night off. I get now 2 nights off a week, which is a nice change from the old 1 night off a week. It was one pleasant surprise I was graced with when I came back to work. And tonight's one of those nights that I have off. So I have a show today, obviously this morning. So if I go to sleep now, I'm going to miss almost all of my day off. So do I go home and take a nap, or do I stay up for the long, tiresome 24 hours? I know I plan to go to Smalls tonight. Joel Lindsay, he was the featured artist at the Acoustic Cafe on Monday for the barbecue cookout outside. It wasn't a barbecue, it was a cookout out that they had outside. He's having a free show, so it's a free show. You can go for free. That's going to be tonight at the Funhouse at Mr. Smalls. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go there. Well, I know I am going to go there, but am I going to take a nap first? Am I going to enjoy the show if I'm so tired that I'm falling over? But do I want to miss my day off because I slept it away? Those are the dilemmas that you face when you work overnight. So my suggestion to you is do the Monday Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 thing as often and as long as you can, because otherwise you've got eyes like this and you're literally just kind of falling asleep all the time. You're always tired. Always tired. I feel bad for the people. Well, no, I don't feel bad for the people who do the night shift at radio, because at least they can get up, do the night shift, and then go home and go to bed. I'm doing the night shift and then doing the day shift here. And it does wear on you. That 5-day break that I took, that came just at the right time, I think. And I'm going to take another break. I'll see you on Friday. You're listening to the River's Edge Radio Network. I am Brian Crawford. Stay tuned. Tune in this Friday, live, 10 a.m. I'll put you on the right course. Pittsburgh's Moral Compass here with you. Catch you Friday.